A little bit mom's night. Happy Wednesday. We made it halfway. This is awesome. Super hard week, still in the middle of it. Happy hour as well. Welcome. Hi family. Hello. Oh, hey. Here's Francesca. I'm gonna have her add right. I'm gonna add her right. Magic. Hi.
Ciao.
How,
Hello.
nice glasses. You
Yeah.
switched from earlier.
You know what? I have like 10 pairs of glasses because I lose them all the time. And
Yeah.
so I mean, you will see the mess I have here. So it's
Oh.
easy to lose them.
Oh.
I know. Oh, yeah, see? Look, I have another one
Oh
here.
yes, because you had red on earlier, right? I love it. When,
But oh, have lipstick just for you, huh?
mm,
First time lipstick in what? A month, something. So,
I've lost count.
so for me, it's definitely the first night
Oh,
out.
I'm trying to do it every night. I'm trying really hard.
I'm being good with like rest of the makeup, but lipstick, no. I don't do lipstick during the day, but tonight I was like, I'm gonna put red
Oh,
on.
this is so signature for you as well. I feel like.
Exactly. I was like, she won't even remember how I look like without my red.
Well, welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, tell me, you're in Rochester
Yes.
and we're in your studio.
I'm in my studio. And actually, you know what I was just thinking? That you were here, you came one night for dinner, and we didn't even come in here.
I know. What a shame.
It's
So,
just,
like,
and
this
it's
is
not,
gonna be brand new for me too.
yes, and it's not like it's in another part of the house. It's like maybe a couple of yards from where we were sitting. But anyway, hi, Carol. You know
Hi.
what is really funny when I see, because I see your IG every day almost.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, a
Yeah,
lot.
almost. Yeah. So it's funny how the comments come much later than
Yes.
it's so weird.
I don't know why.
I don't know. It's funny because sometimes I feel like I write something and then you see it like after, I don't know, like a minute, and you went on with the conversation and it sounds like a crazy person saying something weird.
It doesn't track. I know. So it's
No.
not always feel organic, but I do pay attention and like respond to it later sometimes. Hey, welcome. Yay, this is so nice. Hey, friends, this is great. The,
Hi.
wait, so tell me, we're in your studio. Tell me more. Like, where do you have your studio?
So it's just so behind that door, my husband, my two kids, and grandma are watching TV.
Oh my, yes. Okay.
Yes, and tonight we had a postponed Taco Tuesday, so we did a Wednesday. And for
Lovely.
the first time, I tried to make from scratch margarita. So that's what we just had.
Was
Just
that good?
it
Did it?
was weird because we didn't have all the ingredients. So instead of the Cointreau triple sec, whatever, I had some maraschino, just
Yeah,
an
of
Italian touch to the Mexican drink.
course. Okay.
So yeah, so the kitchen is just behind that,
Okay.
and the studio is as I don't know how big it is.
Well, because
Small.
you need a lot of metal working. I have like metal on the floor here. I'm just not trying to trip.
No, I stopped doing metal. Like
Mm-hmm.
I in the other house when we were in the other house, I had the whole setup. Like I had, I'll show you. So here is my
You have
metal bench.
so going back, I roll back because you basically work in paper. Why I ask about the metals? I know you do a lot of mechanisms. I've noticed, like I've been looking at your work, and like there's lots of, but I feel like maybe more cold connection then.
Yeah, definitely. I could do I could set up something for solder and like but since we moved to this house, I didn't bring with me. I didn't set up the soldering station. I don't know with the kids. I don't know. It was just, and then also I like cold connection better. And then now I'm switching completely. to steal.
Oh,
And so I don't.
hear about
I
this.
don't.
You're making lots of. I saw you were playing with these little parts maybe a while ago. You're like, maybe they'll be part of something. Maybe they won't. And I was like,
Yeah,
ooh,
yeah,
that's
they're still on my table
about you
because
pondering, I guess. You know.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't do well with it. I don't know. I just don't. I like to think about connections in a different way. Yeah, I know you. Yes, absolutely, and that's yeah.
Go back to the basics, like the meat of your work, I guess. Like what do you do mostly? Are you like mostly weaving paper?
Yeah.
What's the day like? Yeah.
My day, like, okay, let me show you my. Don't get. Okay, wait, because I was going to open my beer and so. Is it a way I can switch around the camera? Yes, here.
You can
Okay.
push the button,
Yes,
yeah.
sorry, but be ready. Yeah, this is the mess. Because okay, let me
Oh,
explain. So
I should
before this all craziness, say it again.
I have all mess also.
No,
I don't know.
no. Megan, wait, and you'll see what craziness.
Sure.
Let me show you, okay? Ta-da.
Yes.
We're
I
talking
love
about this mess, okay?
No,
Okay,
yeah, totally got you.
yeah.
That's not
So
bad.
it's messy.
You saw Karl Lagerfeld's desk. He'd have like stuff everywhere.
Yes, and this one is kind of a time machine because it started pre-coronavirus, where I had all these parts that are actually all this. I was working on this.
What is that? That's so cool.
This one started like kind of recycle. Oh, actually, I still have a little bit of paper here still. And I left everything like it was. Okay, so
Oh, but that's what is that? It's huge. That turns into something small.
well, this is one part, and then I have. So I made different. So some are attached, some are not. So like this one is a tripod, and then I think somewhere I should have a necklace. Yeah, this one is the necklace.
Oh, I love
It can be connected in different ways. So you can wear it like, well, let me see.
yes.
Show you.
Do a model. Yes. Thank you for wearing my earrings, by the way. Respect.
Oh, yeah, no, because I wanted to tell you about the red. Because I was thinking, actually, maybe next time I should show you my red earrings collection.
Oh, I want to see because you've been collecting for years.
Well, I don't know years, but sometime it's probably not that much. Maybe since I came back to doing shows. So it is what, 3 years, 4 years? I don't know. Yeah.
Well,
So normally what I do every time I go to a show, I come back with one pair of earrings at least, red.
always. You have like a whole rubric. I love it. Do you know what I mean? You've refined what you like.
Yeah, I mean, I needed. So I'm a shopaholic. Okay, so I needed to narrow down my range of, I can buy this. So something narrower, but now I'm kind of, so right now it became, I actually was just looking at a pair of earrings just before we start talking. They're not completely red, but this I'm spreading a little bit in between orange and pinkish, something that has some red in it. So,
Close. Wait, what? Okay, wait. I'm intrigued. What areas were you looking at?
I was looking at Tanya Crane. She has just posted some new, and she has like a tube, and has three shades of like green mint, and then all little dots. They are kind of red, burgundy, something like that, like tiny dots. So it has to have some red in it.
Really detailed enamel work, right? Is this enamel?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yes. So I was looking into them. I know I shouldn't be spending money, especially now, but
problem and shoes because I have nowhere to wear the shoes, but the jewelry I can actually think about wearing.
Exactly. Especially, right now, earrings and
This
brooches. brooches are actually my thing. I always wear a brooch in the studio.
Oh, you do? This is what you
I normally do. I don't have it tonight because I thought, oh, if I have to
no
try
show us.
something on,
I want
I'll leave it open. But normally I have every jacket that I own as a brooch, and because I wear a jacket normally in the studio, that can be, I mean, from not really fancy, but I always have one. Brooches are
your own brooches or brooches you
no, not mine, not mine. No, I mean, do I have
everything?
mine on? Let me think. I have couples, but not for the studio. I have one that I normally wear, and it's Danielle Gori Montanelli. She has the
I'm wearing her. Uh,
yes, and that one is the checks, and it's black, gray, and lighter gray, I guess.
yeah.
So that one is one, and then that's one of my favorite. Then I have one, but that one is more dressier, and I wear it very often when I go out. Is one from Isabel, and you know the white, yes,
The silicone.
yes,
Yeah.
the white, and I have a butterfly on a gem. I love that one. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Many brooches. Many.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do have some. I do have
Oh,
some, and I love to wear them. Yeah,
I'm super into them.
yeah.
I've refound them again. I think I've gone through phases with brooches. Through my whole life.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my very first piece of jewelry that I always wore when I was much younger were rings.
Mm.
And now, for some reason, I'm not into rings anymore as much I used to be. I don't know why. I mean, you know.
Was that like the first thing you started like collecting? Do you feel like?
But I mean, this was like when I was a teenager, or since maybe teenager through my 20s, late 20s, that was just rings. Then I went into necklaces, and now necklaces, I don't know. It's just, I guess after becoming a mom and being grabbed all
Yeah.
the time,
Yeah.
necklaces were not anymore a thing. And earrings are just fun. You know, you wear them with everything. At the beginning of the coronavirus thing, I thought I should wear a pair every day and do a diary. Second day, I gave up on that project.
Never mind.
I was like, okay, today I didn't do it. And then the next day I'm like, okay, no, I don't think you can stick on to this. Francesca, give up.
It's a lot. It's like a lot to manage and to quickly transition.
Oh, yeah.
Transition.
Oh, yeah.
Whiplash.
Oh,
yeah. I don't, it's been a lot to adjust to completely. But so have you been working in your studio, or you've been taking a break?
Half and half. So I did take a break and couldn't really do much. And then I decided, well, it's a long story, but anyway, now I restarted, but instead of making jewelry,
Yes.
I mean, I'm making jewelry, but instead of making jewelry to sell, because at this point, I mean, I'm not in that, I guess, mind space.
Totally.
Yeah, I needed first to have a little kick to restart. So I decided to make earrings for friends. So that's what I'm doing.
Woo!
The problem is that my list started with 16 friends, just jewelry friends, and just Americans, because I can't ship it international. And hi, Nico. And my list was a small 16 jewelers list. I mean, there are a couple are not jewelers, and now I am to 40. No, wait, 35. 50,
wait,
51.
Are people soliciting for you for the earrings?
No, they don't know.
Okay, I
mean, I guess some may know, but they don't know. But I like, so every time, so what I do, I'll show you, okay?
I love it. Yeah, show me. Yeah.
Okay, so the whole thing started so first okay, let me start from the beginning. So at the beginning of the coronavirus, I got a pair of earrings that were a trade.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working on making the earrings for the trade. And that's when all started and I stopped. So like, for example, this one is just, it was a work in progress for the earring. And so like, these are some paper models that I was doing for earrings.
Paper models that you're doing as shapes, and then you're going to weave them into the actual forms that become those.
So this would be,
I want to go back to how you make the forms too, because I want to see some in progress, because that big, that huge
this one, for example, is
like,
let me see. So this one, for example, is, oh, let me show you this. Maybe, I don't know if this one will be more of an example. So this one is my table of all different.
Awesome.
These are different shapes and different color combination I can do with the weaving. So wait, let me see. Let me turn it
You're
on.
like your alphabet almost, or like your visual
exactly.
system.
So if I want to make like, see, if I want to have stripes like that, I would go and see, oh, this is how I make stripes like that. Or if I want to have a shape that is not a traditional shape, I would go and then here I have all this. And here different shapes that are kind of experiments. And this one is also another shape that is an experiment. So that's how I do it.
Oh, go back one sec. What are these little? You have little papers attached, and they have little dots.
It's the key,
right?
The key. Yeah. So this, for example, is another. It's like a roundish shape. Oh, this is a new one that I don't know if you can see. This one is, I don't know.
Oh, I love that. It's gorgeous. Feels like oh, so complicated.
This one is very complicated. And it's funny because I thought, oh, when I'll have some time to do things like that, I'll explore that shape. And now that I have time, I haven't touched it.
Wait, so you with making these little patterns up sometimes? Is this like something you do every week, or does it come to you, do like spurts of these, or?
No, what? This came about one summer, I think 2 years ago, when my kids and my husband were in Italy, and I decided to do an in-home residency. For
time,
and so for a week I just did all this, and it was just weaving morning, night, and just do different things so that I had all out of my system. So that was the thing. So every time now I need to do a shape, or if I do a new shape, I'll pin it down there so that I know. Because, getting older means I forget things. So I need to write it down or have it on somewhere.
You also are deeper in your field, and you're more honed in your craft, and your things are getting more complicated, and you've done so many of them. You can't.
Yes, exactly. I need to progress, because somehow I don't think I will ever leave this technique. I don't know. I don't know. I can't leave this paper. And
did you do kind of work before, this type of work? Because you have a varied background. It's not just jewelry.
Yeah, no, it's chemistry. So it's a completely different background. But no, I mean, I always work with paper somehow, but this technique, no, I just, the technique is not anything really new or crazy. It's just a lanyard from camp.
Mm-hmm.
Just applied, instead of applying, like when you do a lanyard, you do it with like plastic strips, I guess. Yeah. This one is with paper. That's the only thing that I put together. The plastic strips and the paper strips instead of the plastic. That's
But they also did you ever do that as a kid? Did you do the plastic with the friendship bracelets?
Yes, I'm a fidgeter, so I need to always fold and things, even if, yes, I'm always like this. So I've done those in the past, and that's why I can tell you exactly the moment where everything clicked, because I was in Brea, no? You know Brea?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I grew up in Brea, city next door, and we found out we lived there pretty close to the same time.
Pretty close.
Very, very small world.
Yes. Yeah. So I was there. I was at the Borders on one afternoon.
Starbucks next door. Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
And so I was looking at this. It was polymer clay, because at that point I was into polymer. Oh, Megan, I have to show you something.
Show me. Also brought my
wait.
to show you off for you.
So wait, because yesterday you were doing the shrinky thing. So these were, see, they are in Italian, because this is when I came here and I brought them from Italy.
Here's the American, or the English is for American.
And then at that point where I was at Borders, and I was like, oh, I would like to try things like that. So I would go there and look for craft books and things that I could study. And then at that point, I discovered polymer clay. And I was like, oh, I'm totally doing polymer clay. It's so fun. I tried it. Oh, it was so bad. So bad. I mean, oh yeah. I mean, I was terrible because I was cooking it in the wrong oven, I guess. Really? It was just, it was so weird. I went to a class that was in Santa Ana somewhere. I took a class there and I was like, oh my gosh. So I was at Borders and I was looking into.
Did you learn in Orange County?
Yes. When the very first class I took was at the Fullerton College.
The CSUF? Cal State University.
Cal State, yes.
Yes.
With Christina Smith was my first teacher.
Went there. That's where my parents went to college.
Yeah, she's a really cool lady.
Cool. Okay.
And so I was there. I was looking into this polymer clay book, and they were doing some strips, like the strips for the lanyard, and they were doing that. I'm like, oh, they doing this with polymer clay, so maybe I can do it with paper, because my sister gave me, in the meantime, my sister gave me some strips of paper that were not triangles, because I was doing anyway, so I ended up merging the two things. And then
before that, you were doing stuff that was primarily triangles with paper, that wasn't lanyard.
I was very naive. When I moved here in US, I probably told you this, but maybe not, I don't know. When I moved here, I moved with 2 suitcases, right? One was clothing and one was full of paper triangles, because I wanted to roll my way out. I don't know. I was doing paper rolled beads.
Yeah.
So, but for some reason, I thought US didn't have paper or cutters. I don't know. So I don't know exactly what my mind, or what, I don't know. I just had these whole suitcases. And the funny thing was that the other day I was like, oh, maybe I should look, because I have another idea that I want to develop right now with triangles. So I was, maybe I should get those triangles. I can't find them. I know I have them, but I can't find them. This is driving me crazy.
There's the original triangles from then. So you never ended up actually using them all? Oh, God.
Not even one.
Okay. Amazing. Tell me more.
No, and to be honest with you, I knew exactly where they were in my other studio.
Yeah.
But I think when I moved back here, when I moved from the other older house to this one, I thought, oh, I'm never gonna use those. So I have to go downstairs and dig in the basement, because in the basement there is so much more paper that I have here, which is really.
Wait, how much? Do you have like a paper collection? Like, what's going on with your supply situation? Like,
okay, I'll show you a little bit. So in this drawer are all metallic papers, which I was into metallic paper for a very long time. I'm not anymore. Any metallic
paper. Ooh, what's your favorite paper to use?
Eh?
Nicole asked, what's your favorite paper to use?
The paper that she designed. No, I'm not. Nicole and I.
Ooh, you design paper, Nicole? Ooh.
No, she gave me some paper and I still have to use it. But yes, I have any paper actually. Really, it doesn't really. It has to be not that thick. And and sometimes paper that is really dense in fiber can kind of cut my cutters. So I don't necessarily, like, for example, I don't know, when 2014 I went to Japan. Yeah, Nicole, I still have it, but I don't have, because I was supposed to photocopy I don't want to give it away too much because I wanted to make earrings for her with her own thing, but I couldn't. So anyway,
I love
so
that you have so many. You have the big plans. You
yeah, I
know.
have this big.
Yes.
Oh, I haven't figured out how all these people, all these 51, 52, are going to receive this because now start to shipping 50. It's becoming a little.
Yeah.
My budget. I'll figure it out. Something is going to. And actually, it's funny because the one that I was going to make for you made me do an amazing discovery that I love it. So I'm not gonna talk about those because then otherwise I'll spoil. And I'm known to spoil surprises.
I'll share.
So I'm not.
Okay. Pardon me.
I'm known to spoil surprises. So I'm not gonna say more than this. Okay.
Okay. What happened to you not using metallic papers though? Because the metallic papers are amazing.
It's not. Oh, wait, I'll show you which one I'm talking about. Let me get.
Because they look pretty. Also, you have like so many. Are those all metallic types of paper? All?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh.
I have.
Is there like drawers of color?
Give me a color, and I'll get it. Give me a color you want to see.
Red, orange.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, let me see. Yellow, blue, mauve. Where is it? Silver, rosso. Rosso.
Oh, a whole drawer of it. Oh, I love it.
Okay, so see, this is
it's
shimmery. It's not metallic like, because now I've discovered another metallic. Wait, let me show you the other metallic.
I like metallic.
So now I discovered this one.
Ooh.
So I love this one now. But this is a problem with cutting. This is another problem altogether. But so for the reds and the metallic reds, I have this color.
How do you cut all the strips?
Oops. Now I have all. It depends. It depends on the size of the strip I need. Mm-hmm. So I have some cutters. Some I cut myself, which is horrible because it never comes really exact. And now I just got this machine here. I'm not 100% happy about it.
That's yours. I saw that. That was like, it looks, that's some stuff that you would cut up, right?
You put the paper inside and instead of printing, it cuts. But you have to play around and yes. I did cut it a little bit, but I will use this one more for the triangles. So that's what eventually will come out, because I want to start doing shapes that are like triangles. So if you start with a strip, you always will have some kind of shape like this. It could be, so the base could be round, but the rest is going to be always, I guess. No, the other one, not really. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be too. What
happens if you have
a specific? Because then it gets. But if you start with I may have something triangle.
Because smaller on the base, from top to bottom, so you're going to have a different, more conical shape.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Let me see. I may have. Let me see if I have something that.
Versus cylinder, or not a cylinder exactly, but more.
Maybe no.
Interesting. Wait, so you're trying to get different shapes within the weaving technique, but you're also
yes.
Also
so instead of I hope no, I don't, because some things you can change by weaving. Like for example, like this bracelet, you can you can make it rounder, or things like I don't know, like this guy.
Oh,
you can change a little bit the shape, but if you want to have this part all fill out, you need to start with a triangular strips and not straight. Because but just to give you an idea.
Oh, so you use different strips to make the shape when you're weaving it.
Yeah,
awesome.
So that's why I bought this machine, to make cuts that are not parallel. That would
Cool.
be the thing.
Do you program? How do you do that? Is it like a machine?
There's a software. That's the thing. I wanted to do it on my phone because my studio doesn't have. I mean, all the surfaces are taken by paper, and I don't have space for a computer, so I need something small. So I wanted to do it on the phone, and that's why I haven't played enough because I didn't use the computer. I guess you have to do it on the program it on the computer, and then you can transfer the file on your phone, and then your phone can talk to the printer.
Okay.
So easy, right?
But theoretically though, but you've done it by yourself, but you've done it and it works and you use this.
I tried. So I tried to, what did I do? I tried to cut it straight and it worked. And I didn't went into doing a file with the triangles. That's the next stage. That's where I stopped. But I tried the triangles, cut it by hand, and I know it can make that shape. So now I just need it in a more exact stripes, I guess.
So when you first started, did you cut everything by hand? Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes, my last few weeks in Switzerland, when I moved here, I moved from Switzerland, and I had like a month, less than a month to move, and I was kind of winding down with my work in the lab, so I had more time at that point. I was working at the ETH, it's a university in Zurich, and they had big cutters like in the architectural department, so I would sneak in the department, the architecture,
yeah,
and cut paper for hours, and then go back in the lab and work. Sometimes some research is like that. Sometimes you just set up a reaction and like you have 3 hours of waiting, and so those 3 hours I was cutting. then I moved it to Italy, and then from Italy here, and now I don't know where they are, but I know they are here in Rochester.
Like a treasure chest when you find them. You'll have honed your technique though, probably before then with these triangles.
But you know what? Probably I won't like the paper because probably the colors won't be right.
But you think you've like developed like a whole habit? If you started it sounds like you've been collecting paper as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have also a collection of shopping bags.
Shopping bag. Oh, so you make
shopping bags
too?
Yeah, but this is in the basement. Because there's like it's big. Let me tell you, it's a big. I think are 2 bins, like these big bins of paper.
Okay, so how much material do you use to get something? Like, how does it transform from?
Okay, so one of these earrings that I was telling. So these are some of the earrings that are my first. Let me turn around. So my first batch is this one, and those are my first 16, I guess. Those are my next 35. Okay. Oh, actually, there are some in the mix here.
Oh, those half made. Ooh,
yes, they're half made. So like this one. So what's going on is that this is the first part. So I weave a little bit, and then I make my own. Where is it? Here. My own.
Like a little.
That's the wire, right?
Yeah.
And so then I'll have to drill in. Then I'll have to bend this one, secure it in, then finish the weaving, and that's where I am with this one. So this is all done, and then needs to be coated with acrylic medium at the end. These haven't been done. And so for a pair of earrings like this, I need, like this is a magazine page, already cut it. You need this much, plus I add what? Twice this much of white paper in between to make it a little thicker. See this one is.
You kind of back it almost.
Yeah, it's just sandwich in between, so it gets so the folds are a little nicer. So, like for example, if you have words in the paper, you kind of see the folds. Otherwise, they get so small that you can't really appreciate the color. So it depends on what kind of work you're doing. Sometimes you really need big and thick folds, and sometimes not. So that's how I can play also if I want to curve or not, how much paper I put in that side of the work, I guess.
Oh, I love that. That's so interesting. So why paper and did we talk about like why paper specifically? Because you were doing this, but moving to more 3D work. The forms feel really like chemical structures in a way too.
They kind of do, yeah. Yeah, they kind of do. I don't know why paper, just because it's a mixture, you know. It's available.
Yeah.
And it's colorful, even though I use a lot of black and white, but it's black and white, you know. It's not like metal that is dark and metal, and it's never white and it's never black. So even with that, paper gives you riches a much better color.
It's really graphic too,
Yes, you know? and so it's satisfying my
way too. I really love that.
Yeah.
You're getting little pattern structures and almost pixelated forms, kind of, which I think play with a lot. And then you have little pops of really bright colors.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how much paper it goes. And so for this project with the innings, what I do, I would go into my here. Let me show you around. So okay. So this guy here has all different papers. And this, so down here I have just colors.
Holy moly.
Yeah, so this is my favorite. This is my favorite yellow right now.
Ooh, yeah.
This is my favorite blue here, this one. It took me so long to find this blue.
That's like line blue. It's so true and bright.
It's so good, yes. And then pink, it was another really difficult because like if you look at this one, it would be a really nice pink, but then when you add the acrylic, it becomes like washed out. So this is now my favorite one. Then up here, I have bigger size papers.
Bigger size, you mean thicker?
No, just this. The sheet is 19 by 12. The other ones are 8.5 by 11. So when I use this, I don't have to add or feed more paper. Okay. So with this one, I feed less often, so it's more convenient to work with this. Because I cut the paper in strips, right? And those strips are 19 inches. So when I cut the other one is 11 inches. And so I have to feed more when the paper is smaller. And but that paper, the bigger one, has a thickness that is perfect.
Do you have to join them together so you can make longer and longer?
It's like, you know, when you knit.
Yeah, totally.
And you have two ends, right? So you finish with one while you're starting with the other one. And that's what you do with this one. Normally, I always have at least 2 layers. So one layer will be the end, and another layer will be the beginning of the new one. It's never really, it's the worst part of when you have to add two. So,
I totally know. I'm a knitter.
Yeah, exactly. It's very,
I'm like, look, not like this about it, because I do that because I do it. Okay, so I make my own. I cut up dog tags and I connect every single dog tag with these little things to make enough for me to crochet.
Exactly. I don't know how you do it.
You know, and it's like,
but then the hook doesn't get stuck when you get to that part.
I clasp it. I slowly fold it and then secure it as a cold connection.
I see.
But I do that for everyone. Yes, that's a lot of work too, on top of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, needs to be straight down, right?
Yeah. That's another thing that I love, that you crochet, because that's another love.
I totally know what you're doing. I love this. I just think it's so fun because you're really like tapped into like a lot of childhood things, multiple things at once, which is like right?
Yeah.
Because I want to know like how you're finishing them, so they're like
with the acrylic medium.
right? I don't think
I paint over with these guys. So once it's finished, it's all painted with a mixture that I make myself with acrylic medium, water, and then it also depends on what kind of movement the paper should be doing. I change a little bit the ratio between the acrylic medium and the water so that it gets more or less flexible, things like that.
wait, so can you show us more pieces or try some on? So, because you have like, I feel like if you're doing a bigger neck piece, you need stronger. If you're doing a bracelet, it's going to be more flexible.
Yeah, for example,
So
this
varnish.
but some of the pieces like this one, I weave them around a base, a steel base. So this one will always have some kind of movement because
You put steel inside.
yeah, and this one too. So this is a whole series, and actually this side.
Gorgeous. And how'd you get the gold on that? Is that
This
gold?
one is gold leaf. So
You did that after, right? Or did you?
This one I added after. Yes.
Very elegant. Wait, can you try it on? I feel like
Sure.
that. I love how that fits.
So this one, wait, I have to
it's so
adjust the camera. Okay. So this one is, you can like do something like that, or can be a little off like this. So yeah. And I was working on this whole series with this one, and then the earrings. Oh, this is the same shape that I'm doing for everybody.
Cute. I love the addition of the gold with
yeah.
the blue.
And
is that the blue you're talking about? Is that the oh yeah.
But this is the first time I've never add gold leaf on anything else than black and white. So this is the first time I'm adding on something else, and it's kind of, I think this blue looks really good on with the gold.
Really together.
So I was really happy with this. And so these are some. And then what else was I working before? And then this. Oh yeah, I'll show you. Oh,
how do you get the steel bases that are the inside part of that?
You weave around. Let me show. Do I have anything started? No, I don't think I have anything. Like, for example, this is something that is not going anywhere, but so you get a wire and you start weaving all around. So when I start the work you get crazy because you have all this wire going everywhere, the paper, and then when you have to fit in paper, it gets,
you're controlling the situation beautifully though, because
let's say I'm in control. Yes,
that's what we're kind of wrangling the material into this beautiful but I can see how the wire, because it's so springy too.
Yes, exactly. And if it's not springy, then it becomes it won't go anywhere because it's like not even putting it there.
It looks great. Wait, some other things you've been working on, because I saw some like big pieces. I feel like you would need like them to even, you were making like big chain links.
Oh, this is the one I was showing you before. This one. What else was I working on? I had this one. There was something that I was just working before everything started, and it's here. And the problem is, when I came to New York, remember when we met last time in
that actually was recent.
it was kind of recent, but it feels like a year.
Oh, it was only 2 months ago.
Maybe not even. No, it was February, like second week of first week of February, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the day after we met, I went to a tube store in Canal Street.
Yeah.
And I got all these tubes.
Ooh, what are those? What are they made out of?
Different things. So this one that I actually got it because the color was amazing. I wasn't sure if I could find the right blue because I was thinking of this blue, but actually it's not the same, huh? Yeah. But then I went into my metallic blue and I find the exact same blue. How cool is that? This is really the same blue. And the wire is metallic. So this one is, wait.
I love the colors together though. Wait, so it's going to be the base, right? It's going to have different forms.
This one is, this one is wire, steel wire, thick steel wire on one side. So this one is fixed. And the rest doesn't have it as a wire, but it's much thinner. So it's kind of the same kind of wire like yours.
Yeah.
So this will move.
Yes.
And this will stay still.
The whole thing? Are you going to weave the whole thing, or are you going to leave open part?
You can, oh, I have to go a little. Let me go on the other side of my studio.
I like it. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I already reached the point.
I love it.
And so this one, you can leave it down like this, but it could go around, or you can knot it. So you can do different things.
I like that a lot.
The problem was that when I went to buy more, it was when this whole craziness started. So I can't, I don't have, I mean, I was trying to reach the people that I went to.
Yeah.
And then they didn't reply by email. I'm terrible on the phone. So, and then the coronavirus happened. And so I will eventually I get some more of this. But I have no idea how to call it. I know it's, what did I say it is? Latex. I think this one is latex.
Did you go to a place that does plastics or more like textile?
Both. I went to both.
Okay, because like all of that's on Canal Street. Because I'm like, oh, dark. There's like all these awesome plastic places you can get weird. Like,
yes, I actually got. So I got that day. I spent a lot of money because I got. So I went to this one, and then next to this one there's Canal Plastics, I guess.
Yeah.
So because when I went for a New York Jewelry Week, so the
all right
there was just like three stores down. But what happened was that I was so busy going around that I didn't have time to go to Canal Plastics. I think it was until the Sunday or the Saturday, and they were closed. So I was like, okay, next time I'll come to New York. And then somebody else, I saw it on Instagram, posted about this tubing place, which is, I don't know, 2 stores down before.
Also, it's all
so,
different types of tubing.
Yes,
like,
just
cool.
these are like the other one that I've used. I'll show you this one. So because last year, 2 years ago, don't ask me time, went to Armond for Pentaculum.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and so there I tried powder coating. Oh, I'll show you. Powder coating. So beautiful, so fun. I will never, ever do it ever again. Fun, a lot of fun.
Not your cup
Not
of tea.
for me. Not for me. No, but you know what? Because I wanted to do it. I'll show you what I did. I wanted to do it on my steel wire.
Ooh. Ooh.
Because I like the wire white, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of work to get like one component, and then my studio is too small, so I can't do it here. So when I went to the tubing place, I found this tube that is white and can just go around my steel. So I'm like, huh, that's and then I also like this little dot for finish.
Yeah.
So it's just a little thing. So I made this one, and then I made another one. Just simple, but these are very simple line shape, you know, just a line and a dot.
I like it though. It's a nice graphic. It's
just you know, it's an accent to, especially if you wear black, and I wear a lot of black, and I know a lot of people have my same problem with black. Yeah, you know. So the white pops up, and with the plastic you can clean it really easily. So I thought, oh, that's kind of a. So that was the idea why I went there. But then I fell in love with the blue tubing that I didn't buy enough. So, for that one though, I made also, this one. I really love this one.
I like that you're incorporating the steel into the tubing too, so you're getting multiple ways of working with it.
Yeah.
I like that.
I love steel.
Full and more fit.
And so I made this one. So I got that large tube and then a tiny tube. So I made this.
How did you weave it? Did you weave it in afterwards or during the process of doing the?
I wove the steel cable inside. So inside here there is a steel cable. like this one. That, how do you call it? This one, it's a steel cable, right?
Yeah, it's like steel, like stainless steel cable, like heat
Yes,
cable.
stainless
Yeah,
steel cable. Yes,
yeah.
that one. And then I put the tube, then again in, woven in, so in now. Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
awesome. How'd you
uh,
did you attach the pin stem separately, or how did you
no,
get?
the pins. When I make a pin, I always I'll show you a naked pin. Let me see, where is it? Naked pin.
I love a pin.
These are my naked pre. So I weave the paper in this side, or
Oh,
like when I do round pins,
oh, I
the
love that.
paper is woven in around.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so do you sit and make those, or just free form? How do you?
Yeah,
Oh, those are
yeah,
great.
yeah. So
Oh,
I've some like I have parts of everything around here, so I always try
love
and
it. I have boxes and boxes and boxes of
yeah,
parts.
exactly. No, I mean, I'm sure we
Here,
all have this crazy.
example of here's some jump rings.
Yes, exactly. You just go there, and I mean, once you start for one, why not do like
There's boxes,
20?
boxes of parts
Yeah, yeah,
at
yeah,
this.
yeah. Do the same.
Yeah. But you get really into it because you want everything to move the right way and be connected the right way.
Yeah,
So you have
yeah,
to have the right size, diameter, everything for the right part.
yeah.
You know?
And that's kind of sometimes also the problem, because I mean, at least with my mind, I think I envision everything. Oh yeah, this part will go with this, and then I put everything together, and it was the opposite side. And
Oh,
maybe
I've
do
done
in
that
the morning,
too.
and next day you'll have to undo everything.
Yes, I've definitely done that and I've cut up so many crocheted and knit things. It's just a travesty, but
So when do you work? You work during the day or during the night? What's your the favorite time to work?
I usually get up in the morning. I used to stay up late, but
Yeah.
I switched. I'm early morning because I started doing retail and I have to be there at 7:30 a.m. So I flipped. I had to get up at 5:45. So now I
Whoa,
just yeah.
5:45.
Yeah. And I don't do 5:45, 6:37, but when I was doing work and running a shop, it was 5:40 or to get
Yeah,
to take the train to get to the shop to be open at 7:30, you know?
yeah. And so
So,
now that you're there, what do you do?
pardon me?
Now that you
Oh
moved
yeah.
the studio there, right?
Now I'm just here and I'm working. I still get up at 7 and I just work all day.
Yeah.
But I definitely will I take the afternoon and take a break to do just like painting or drawing that's not so detail oriented and more free because I have been doing so much detail oriented work and
Yeah, yeah.
need a break.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
enjoy seeing how you connect and incorporate the paper so it's all seamless into the weaving part of the like.
You want to see how I do
No,
this?
I like that. I like that. It
Ah,
see that like the
no,
process.
I'm going to say, how many hours is this laughing?
No, okay, we have like 5 minutes. By the way, I'm going to give
Let
you.
me let me
No,
start.
no, I know it takes. For example, how long do you do you just like sit and make pieces? Do you
Yeah,
make staples a lot? Do you just like play? I
I
do that.
do a mixture of things. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody is like, sometimes it goes like, the only thing that I'm sure is that I'm very much more productive when I have a deadline, which in mostly is a show.
Yeah,
I can't work just for the heck of it sometimes. I
yeah.
mean, I need to have a tight timeline of I don't know. My brain is
Well,
like that.
precious too. It's like you only have so much to put towards things.
Yeah. And
Just
so,
yeah.
the way, I don't know how well, you do a lot more shows than I do. So I have more down times in between shows. You have more like, oh, I have to go to the next one. So you run a lot more. But for
But
me, those days after,
I definitely take like long, like 6 weeks at least, like months if I can before doing stuff. So I try to. I don't want to be doing to not have the time to experiment. You know.
yeah, yeah.
I don't want to be forced to have to experiment, but
Exactly, because at that point, so like now, at the beginning I was like, oh yeah, now I can't do anything. I mean, I can't, I really can't. There is no pressure of I have to make for, I don't know, welcome, because yeah.
yeah. Like, so if you're making some earrings, so you made a lot of earrings. Like, if you're making an earrings, you're sitting down. It feels like, is it like quick and seamless, or sometimes it takes longer? Is it different?
So for this, it to me it feels like it takes nothing, but then it's like a week has passed. I made like, yeah, okay, I made 50 pair of earrings, but it's like a week later, and then I have to coat all of them, which takes time and space in my
Yeah.
studio because all these things have to hang. So those are the kind. So the details take forever because maybe it's not the part that I like to do the most. So kind of drag it more. I don't know. So
And there's
I I
you
don't know.
do so much so fast, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what
Sometimes it can work really fast, and sometimes I really have to just do it really slowly and think about it. And sometimes connection take forever because my dyslexic brain just switch things around. And yeah, and sometimes I have to take photos of things I'm doing because
oh
either I forget
yeah.
or at least I see what I'm doing that is wrong, things like that. So I'm getting old.
Document- That's like part of what you're doing, right? You're documenting what you're doing as you're going
Yeah,
because you're also
yeah.
I
Now I'm.
thank you for sharing so much your system of all your little parts with all your little tags because this is amazing.
Yeah, this is not something that I've shown a lot. It's just, but I mean, I'm proud of that. I'm
You
really,
should,
I love to look at it. Yeah,
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 it's
yeah, yeah.
great.
I mean,
It is
that's a,
amazing.
thank you. And I
Yeah.
haven't shown you, not even my whole studio. It's so big
Show
that I
us
haven't shown you at least
in one.
another corner. Oh, you want to see? Oh, yes, yes. Let me do a swipe around. Oh, these are all my work stuff, old stuff. Let's see, paper, more paper in there. I mean, yeah, mainly it's
Paper,
paper
paper.
and mess. Paper and mess.
I
And I
love
told you I
it.
wasn't going to clean, and I didn't
I
clean.
don't need, wait, before you had the machine that cut the paper for you, did you cut everything by hand by yourself, or did you also have another machine that cut paper for you?
No, I cut it. I have I discovered the rotary to the
Rotary cutter.
what's it called, the yes, that one is much better than the one that I used to have before. That was from Michael's, the little plastic thing. Yeah, even though I found one thing at Michael. Do you ever go to Michael and just find little tools that you will
Yeah,
eventually will use?
yeah.
So I found a rotary cutter, but for round things. So like a spiral, it will make a strip spiral
I
thing.
have this.
Oh, yes,
This is such
those
like a
those I love. Yeah, when I used to do some origami things, I used those. No, but I have it somewhere that you can